I've been hunting here at Poitahue Ranch on its 85,000 acres of free-range hunting for the last several days, and I was blessed to take a nice red stag with my bow. Now I'm going after the water buffalo, and I've just got 2 days to get it done, and hoping and praying we can do just that. We spent a lot of time yesterday and again this morning driving around and glassing and scoping out the herd, scouting the area, and we just located a nice herd up ahead, about 500 yards ahead. They're hard to see in this video, but it's too open. We're not going to be able to get a stalk in that area. So we're going to walk up and check out this tree line and see if we can find some in this lower area here. And sure enough, we located 2 bulls up ahead, and they were feeding in our direction. We got to where these trees are between us and them, and we thought it was going to be a perfect setup. But then the wind swirled, and they caught wind of us, even though they're about 200 yards away, and they just bolted away. I just can't believe how wary these things are. So we decided to see how close we can get to that original herd we saw up ahead. And so we thought with this tree in between us and those buffalo, we might have a chance. There's a cow, like a cattle cow, under that tree up ahead, because this is a working cattle ranch. But we're hoping that'll kind of mask us a bit too. We can get close enough to the buffalo there. And we were able to close the distance to just a little over 60 yards of this one buffalo, but unfortunately we just couldn't get close enough to put a good shot on him. So we moved to another area in hopes of finding him by an old water hole. Well, a lot of that water hole was dried up. This part sure wasn't. And man, the buffalo had just been pounding this area. But unfortunately, there was none here at the time. We might come back here later on if our other places we're checking out don't prove to be successful. We went to a different water hole, and this one was really cool because it had a makeshift blind set up right on the edge of the water. And the blind wasn't really much to it, but it was like this wire with clumps of grass stuck in it. But the water was all around it. It gave me a perfect little hole, little window in the front to shoot and film out of. But the back was just like open, except for a tree that covered a chunk of it. As much as I love walking and stalking, man, there's something really special about sitting in a blind and just watching the life come around you. And here I get to see this ostrich and 2 of its babies walking around us. I mean, what a cool experience that was. We got here about noon, and then around 4:30, these buffalo just started coming out to the water hole. The next hour was one of the most exhilarating, exciting, scary hunting experiences I've ever had. These buffalo are extremely territorial. This same herd had charged a couple of our hunting groups earlier in the week and caused the hunters to just go running away because they were coming at them and stomping. And now they're within yards of us. And as soon as they caught our wind coming up behind us, I couldn't get that on video because I couldn't move. They got really upset and started snorting and stomping, and then they ran off, and then they came back, and finally they got up the courage to come to the water, but they kept circling around us, and every time they were in front of us, there was at least one of the buffalo that was just staring us down, so we didn't dare move a muscle. One of the challenges that we faced was trying to identify which buffalo I could shoot. Even though it's free-range hunting, the ranch charges based on the size of the buffalo. And some of these buffalo were a lot bigger than my budget was. So I'm trying to communicate with my guide, who doesn't speak any English, about which buffalo I could afford to shoot. And then finally we identified one, but it was way off to my left. And I thought, man, I hope I get another chance. I hope it comes back in front of me. Talk about a show of force. Wow. It's not unlike what Cape buffalo or muskox will do. They just close the ranks and stand there in defense of the one who's been injured. Even though that first arrow went straight through the heart, I thought I'd just go ahead and put another insurance arrow into it just to take it out faster. We've given plenty of time for all the other buffalo to clear the area, so it's safe to come up on this one. And oh my gosh, look at the size of this thing. What an impressive beast of an animal this is. There's the first shot, went right through the elbow bone and straight into the heart. And then the second shot cut through a rib and went straight into the liver, about 18 inches of penetration. And this was an exciting afternoon. Using my new Elite Era. I'm loving this bow. And I was using the Bishop Fat Eliminator arrows, the ones in my broadhead testing that I always shoot into concrete. And then I used a TRIFECTA fixed blade, 125 grain, but my total arrow weight was 750 grain. I am so grateful for this incredible beast of an animal. Wow. Had a great time here at Poitahue in Argentina. My guide, Fabi, who's been here for 25 years guiding. He's like, I'm so grateful for all of his help. Most of all, just grateful for God. And God has just blessed me with this incredible adventure. Yeah.